What's up, everybody? We are here. Are you here?
Yeah.
That's what we're wondering. Whew, it is hot today.
Yeah.
I think it might be the hottest day. You think so?
I don't know.
So far.
So far, let me think. It was super hot yesterday and the day before.
It's true, but it's really nice. Even though we're so far up north, we're on the Arctic Circle still.
It's been super good June, like weather-wise.
Best I've ever,
Weather-wise.
No, but best like I've ever experienced that I can remember.
Your best June in your life? Is it that because of me or because of the weather?
Both.
Oh.
I was referring to the weather, but got that one for free. And please comment where you're from as you are logging on to this chat here this evening for us, afternoon for you maybe, or even morning, depending where you're watching this from, or evening.
True.
Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Good to see you again. And yeah, so just gonna give a few minutes for people to log on, and also, of course, tell us where you're from.
Yes.
Whew.
Why few?
I am tired today. Very tired. You know what? That's okay. We don't have to be crazy high energy level all the time. It's totally okay to be a little bit off your game. Off your game.
It's being tired being off.
Not necessarily. Nicole, good morning from Southern California. Well, good morning, Nicole. Lesassier. Wow, is that a real name? That's such a cool name.
That's cool.
You know what sassy means?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But
like
sassier
it's the way you
is
are.
but it's sassier.
Lesassier, probably. So cool. We're in Southern California. Let us know. I've been to LA twice and also been to San Diego. I actually spent a Christmas in San Diego once.
I didn't know that.
You didn't? My first Christmas in the US was in San Diego. Yeah, I have some really good friends there.
Crazy.
And I spent New Year's in LA or like Orange County.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you would have been maybe more in LA.
Yeah, have I been more? Oh, I've been there 3 times. Been there on a missions trip as well. And one of my best friends lives there. He's your friend too. I actually came all the way from California to our wedding, so.
All the way.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah,
Love
Mike.
you.
Yeah.
So, Lassasia. Okay.
Beautiful.
That's Saucia. That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Lesassier.
Yeah.
We see what we want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How was your day?
My day was okay. Sometimes we're kind of tired, like as you said.
Oh, cool. French.
Yeah.
Creole.
French
Nice.
name. Oh yeah, in comments. Yeah, but sorry. Like tired. Not that it's bad, but it's like kind of like almost relaxing. Kind of like. Well, today I'm like. I've been like a little bit like this, like. Poof.
Yeah.
But.
I was even worse. I really crashed hard.
You crashed hard today.
Like before lunch, I really crashed hard and just realized, I just gotta kind of, go on gear 1 today instead of the 4th or 5th. But I have an amazing wife who loved me very well and gave me a relaxing massage with essential oils, and that really helped. Oh, you're tired for being off too, no schedule. Yeah, that can be tough.
Oh, that can be tough.
Because I think it's, when we have like routines and schedules, so we've had to create our own, and still learning to really stick with it, but because it's so important. But it does good for us to have routines, to have schedules.
Actually, like if I'm being like truly honest, okay, does this sound scary?
You should, be honest.
If I'm like truly honest, it's like reason I probably something that she just said in the comments that like being off no schedule, like I'm right now trying to learn to schedule very strict. I'm cooking with the pen, sorry. Like to have a schedule and actually stick with it, because I'm very busy, otherwise things start piling up. Yeah. And if I'm not being very like obedient with my plans, then I have to work like way more. If I keep a half an hour Instagram scrolling pause during the day, it actually means I have to work 30 minutes longer, because I'm working for myself. The things that I need to do aren't going anywhere. I'm not just like hiding somewhere and yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Philip. Good to see you here. I'm from San Diego. Very cool. And Nicole's from Redondo Beach. That's where I believe that's where Bob used to have his church. Very cool.
Cool.
That's more LA area, like northern, I guess. If I remember correctly. Yeah, this is good. Good stuff, Heta.
So that actually makes me kind of tired that I'm not following my schedule. I think if I would be a little bit like when I learn, I'm trying to learn, like be actually like, if I have a schedule, I really do what I promised myself to do, because I feel, it makes me feel kind of disappointed and tired of myself after the, no, I didn't do this so well as I could have.
Yeah.
So that even though I wouldn't be physically tired, it makes me tired somehow here.
Yeah, exactly. And it piles up, and it's like we never have rest time because there's blurry boundaries, basically.
Yeah.
Which I've been thinking a lot about this week, boundaries.
I have this pen again. I don't get it.
It's so tempting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Nicole went to Sanctuary. Bob had a church there on the beach.
Wow.
And Philip was a pastor there. Wow, we got some old timers here, or whatever you would call it. That's so cool. I wasn't even I was probably very little at the time, maybe not even born, depending on what year it was. You definitely were. You were not born. No, you were born after Bob moved to Nashville. So.
I wasn't even born when the Friends TV show originally started in '92.
Yeah, you weren't. Nicole
shocks people usually. Oh, yeah.
Nicole is agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think sometimes I have this, I'm still learning this mindset of like things should take a certain time. And when you work for yourself, if something would just take 2 hours instead of 8 hours, then you can actually just do something else.
Yeah, and it's not just working, like whether you're working for yourself or somebody else, but if you're like learning languages or studying or doing no matter what, if you actually accomplish something sooner, it's not about the time.
Yeah.
It's actually like just doing.
It's what?
I'm sorry, I'm mumbling. It's just about doing it.
Yeah.
I guess I was a little bit insecure what I was saying, so I just decided to make it sound blurry.
Cut it off at the end. I do love your podcast. I will have to catch up on all your old ones so I can be more prepared for a future mate myself. Oh, that's cool, man. You are more than welcome to go back. I believe you can go back and watch all of ours as well. And also, of course, all the Love Bounce. They're still out there on YouTube. And people still watch them, you know. I still sometimes, I don't do it often, but sometimes I go back and people are still sometimes commenting. So, very cool. I had an interesting thing happen today, which made me just think about a few things. And I was actually interviewed this afternoon for this guy that I know him a little bit from many, many years ago. And he contacted me. He's writing a book and wanted to interview me because he had seen a video. I've learned Cantonese for 2.5 years. And when I had learned for 1 year, I'd set as a goal that I'm going to do a video in Cantonese talking about my journey. So it was just like a 2-minute video.
In Cantonese.
I did it in Cantonese.
About Cantonese in Cantonese.
In Cantonese, yes, with English subtitles. And you can actually find it if you go on my Facebook, and it's on YouTube as well. And he'd seen that and was just thought it was inspiring. So it was interviewing me because of the book is about like living out of your values and like kind of like living intently, like within intentional. Bless you, Philip. See you later. You know, like living deliberately with your life, like not just letting things go, because it's so easy that things kind of just go, you know, and we just chill and we watch Netflix and whatever, and then the years go by and we are not where we want to be, no matter what it is that is you want to do. If you want to work on that music project or the knitting project, finishing that, or opening up that coffee shop, that, you know, doing that movie like Darren is doing. So man, they're going at it here about movies right now. So we are, I don't know if we're off topic or if they are off topic. You guys can decide. You read the comments. That's awesome. You guys are chatting at it, going at it. So yeah, so it was a very good interview, very like professionally made, and very interesting. I'm not going to say any titles of the book because I'm not sure I'm allowed to even. But anyway, it's just sometimes when you, oh hey, Finn from Norge, so cool. Good to have you here. You know, sometimes when you have to say things out loud in words, then things become more clear. And it was like, one thing that I realized has been why I managed to, like, I'm not saying I'm even fluent, because, well, what is fluent? There's a lot that I don't understand, but I can have conversations in Cantonese. I can read some, watch YouTube clips and understand quite a bit of it. Depends on the topic, you know. Sometimes I understand most of it, sometimes less.
Yeah, in Cantonese.
Yeah, so really it depends. But the reason I've learned is because I've been sticking to it every single day. Like, I haven't just that, and just the whole topic that came out of that was the whole idea of commitment. Like, I see so many people that wants to do something, and let's take, I know a lot of people say, oh, I would love to learn Spanish one day, I would love to learn a language or something, but it's always that one day. Maybe they start a little bit, but then they kind of do other things because it's not so interesting. Because I've noticed that people are, nowadays, I think commitment is very tough for people.
Yeah, it's not just language. It's like
no, any area.
Anything. Yeah.
You know, well, relationships. Of course, that's the ultimate commitment. You know, like, except, you know, to Jesus, of course. But yeah. So it was just having to put that in words. Yeah, so I've been trying to say, like, so many people, like, they give up right before they actually get where they want to be, because we don't commit, because we're afraid of, if I commit to this, then I'm saying no to so many other things.
Which is true.
It's true. When I married Heta, I said no to every single woman on the planet, and it was the best commitment ever, outside of, you know, committing to Jesus, but it is the fact that we are, like, we're choosing saying no to a lot of things. So for me, like, I chose, I'm going to study Cantonese. That means maybe that I was watching Cantonese videos, or maybe even cartoons in Cantonese when my friends were watching movies on Netflix or TV shows. So I made a sacrifice because of something else that I wanted.
And I guess it is like, if we have a heart for, let's say, Italia. I have a heart for Italia. I really want to learn the language. Well, I need to, like, commit to that and actually make that sacrifice and pay for it. It can't just, like, doesn't come for free. But if we really are passionate for something, it's gonna be so worth it one day to actually speak that language, be
Yeah.
able to communicate that language and get in the heart of the culture of that country.
Yes.
That's not me, but if that was you, no, but like, yeah.
Yeah, so
About committing, if something came.
yeah, Darren has a question here that I definitely want to get to answer, because guys, post your questions and tell us what you want us to talk about, because we love doing that. We love hearing from you guys, as we always say, but we really do. We really, really do. So yes, I think that people really are afraid of commitment, like really going for something, but because we feel like we're going to miss out. Well, if I do this, I'm going to say no to everything else. But the fact is, if we don't commit to something and it needs to be the right thing, of course, then we are missing out on even more. Because by doing something, when we choose to stay on a path and do so, we are always learning things. And even if that you end up doing something else later, you've learned so much there. It's not just for that language you learned. That we just take that as an example since we're talking about it. But you will actually learn so many principles and things that you can apply to life. Like when I was learning Cantonese, I used a lot of the same principles I used when learning music instruments. And now, like with scheduling, like business type stuff, then I'm applying those things, so it's always, what I'm trying to say is always worth it. It's never a waste of time to really do something worthwhile.
But as building a business and as like learning a language, there in both, it goes like at the beginning, it takes more time.
Takes time, yeah.
And most of the people don't want to do that sacrifice, but same time, most of the people maybe then don't get that benefit out of it, that one day you don't have to spend so much effort, but you have a language you can use.
Exactly.
Or you have a business that brings you more money than you had before.
Yeah.
And you don't need to work anymore then. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like you've created a life.
But there is a price also.
There's a price, like we know what you mean. You created a life that you have time freedom. You don't have to clock into a job because you're your own boss, for example. If that's what you want. But like take our relationship, this is the same thing. In the beginning, like with anything, you learn something, it's a lot of fun. It's like the honeymoon, and not even the honeymoon phase, like that falling in love phase. It's easy. It's
before marriage, yeah.
Yeah, if you're learning something or if you're doing something you're producing, it's new. You're pursuing something is new. Like our relationship was like that. Everything's super easy. It's amazing. Then you come to a phase when there's a lot of things you need to work through, and you can either stop there, like we could have stopped and broken up, but we chose to work through some of these things and get to the next phase. So it's like from romantic stage to realistic stage to the secure, committed stage, which is where we're at now, and we've never gotten that otherwise.
And I think as in relationship and also other things like the commitment, you had to commit, and now you can't be with any other woman in the world, but same time, like you get what is the prize. The prize is actually relationship that's really safe and loving, and you get a family with me, these things that don't come otherwise, unless you commit to somebody on a very deep level.
Yeah, it's a huge gift. Huge gift. Okay, we got a question from Darren here.
Yeah.
Sorry for keeping you waiting. Do you want to read it?
You can read it.
Do you two pick on each other's feelings, thoughts without words? Do you instantly support each other to nip things that are building before they become a problem? Easier because you have another set of eyes on a situation. It's a good, rich question right there. So I hope I understood it correctly. Okay. Oh, do you not pick on each other's feelings? Pick up on each other's feelings. Sorry. Oh yeah. Do we pick up on each other's feelings? Well, you can answer that better than anyone.
That if you're in a bad mood, I become in a bad mood. Or
pick up on is you notice something.
Did I notice your mood?
Yeah.
Of course. Or maybe you want to, because I don't understand. So you just
no, it's like if we can like pick up on things like without saying anything, how the other person is feeling.
Yeah, I think we can.
Well, you can more than anyone I've ever met. Like it's if I'm not doing well, I can't like pretend that I'm like doing well, or if I'm annoyed or something. She knows, you know.
Yeah, I think especially married couples can tell from each other by knowing, or even friends and family, like from knowing from long. Yeah, it's a bit tough one to answer because I can pick up anybody's feelings.
Right, which isn't always.
It's not always so fun.
Super good. Yeah, exactly. Do we instantly support each other to nip things that are building before they become a problem? Like, I mean, we do have like another eyes. If I didn't have you, there could be things that would be building up unhealthy things, and I could get away with it longer because I'm just me. But now you are with me here.
I start kicking your butt, or
it just doesn't
lifting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Vice versa too, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but the question is, do we instantly support each other? We really try to do that. We don't always succeed.
I think we do it pretty well, I have to say.
Yeah.
I think we do it pretty well.
I like our relationship.
Do you support each other?
Yeah. There's sometimes when our own personal feelings get in the way and we're not like our best selves.
Yeah.
Each other.
Yeah. I think if there comes anger between, that's something that can hinder many of us probably. Like if somehow it something offends me, then it's harder to like pick up somebody up. It was that the word.
Now pick up, that was referring to the feelings.
Support.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easier. It's easier to support when
it's not personal.
It's not personal. You haven't first like pointed out things in me that hurt.
But the thing is, if we're like, well, I'm just gonna be here on my own and be like disappointed or angry with you, like trying to hurt you or whatever, it's hurting me because I'm part of this. You know, we're one. We're married. We're one. And Nicole was also so I guess to sum it up with there, like this is something we're working on it. You know, it's not always perfect, but I think we're improving and it's getting better. But it is really helpful to actually have someone else who can see if something is off. Like you can quicker notice those things.
And
welcome, Steve.
Yeah.
Good to see you. What do you want to say? Oh, how do you de-escalate anger or hidden issues that are brought up without causing an argument? Or does it just get blown off to make it safe and not talk about it yet? Does it just get blown off? I don't know what that means. Does it just get blown off to make it safe and not talk about it yet? Like we kind of need to calm down? De-escalate anger. This is a good one.
What is de-escalate?
Like, try and reduce it. Escalate so something goes up, like an escalator.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the answer. I think the best way that works for us is to try to find the connection there. When there's anger, it's not usually something very logical that can be just talked through with sense. This just makes sense. It's more okay, I want to search connection, I'm really upset or angry, but it's that
But there are times when it might be I'm feeling so upset right now, I need a little bit of time to myself.
And then you go talk with God.
It's very important that doesn't become like something to punish the other person. And I have been guilty of that. Just I'm doing it because I just don't want to talk to her.
Because you're annoyed, yeah.
Yeah, I just want her to suffer because I'm angry. But that doesn't work. But if you're like, okay, I'm so upset, like I need to just calm myself down, just give me some time, then that can be beneficial to de-escalate anger. But so if you need to do that, you can do that. You can like remove yourself, and it's in order to actually save the relationship, but with the intention to come back.
Yeah,
as soon
and
as
maybe
possible.
if then the thought in your head is this, oh, I'm so angry, I'm gonna show him there. If he wants to be alone, then he can be alone there. I'll come back in 2 hours. If it's anything like that, that's your thinking, instead of like, oh, I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. I can't breathe. I need to pray. I don't know anything else what I can do. It's more like what I need than like I'm going to show him, which I've been thinking both and doing both, learning.
Yeah, kind of battling with those, like the bad guy here and the good guy here. Both are talking. But you know, like in those cartoon movies, yesterday I did that. I was so upset that I was like, I just want time alone, and we're about to have our own like sessions, like meetings for work, so we can talk for 2 hours. And then I regretted it like 5-10 years later. So I'm like, I'm sorry. I texted because she was just in the other room. Just I'm sorry, and I felt bad. And then of course like I tried to punish her, but I started missing her, so that backfired big time. So it doesn't work. What's up, Nan? And what's up, Gunnar? So cool to see you here. So Darren is also saying, good, keep this coming. These are very good, and really appreciate you asking these questions. It makes you think. So Darren's saying, do you just ignore it because it is not the right time, or is it easier to instantly work together right then and there? I would say yes. It's better if you can get it as soon as possible.
Yeah, otherwise you are going to see me. You are going to see that I'm a little bit off. Like yeah, cook whatever. Because I'm just like swallowing anger, and then it's like difficult. Like, okay, something is off. It's not very fun. I can see she's upset. It's even if you're hanging out with friends and something happen, it's not very fun for the friends too if they can tell that something is in the air, and for us either. So I don't know. I guess if we would be with friends and something would happen, or if we're with parents or something, I would say like, can we talk a moment there privately, and we would like discuss it through. Like, hey, I'm really like sorry if I've done something. I searched connection with you. How is your heart? What can I do for you? How can I help you? And when we both have that attitude, what can go wrong? Yeah. It's if we're both like actually searching what's the best for each other's hearts, without hidden like no, what is it like not accept, like having like
hidden agenda, or
like in my heart.
Oh, okay, yeah, that explains it. Yeah, exactly. Sass.
No, not sass.
That's
it's
sass.
Like,
but one of the favorite things I know you've done. I can think of specific times, like when you just like, I was really hurt, and you came like, I can see you're very hurt, you know. Are you okay? Like that makes me feel very loved. And everybody, they're just like acknowledging, like, us, you know, I see that you're hurt. Hey, what's up, Dan? And that makes me feel very loved. Everybody might be a bit different. I think maybe I could love like a lot of attention, like that someone. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, of course, and like understanding how you feel, and like those types of things. That works well. And so Darren's saying like sometimes bringing something up causes a person to feel triggered. Yeah, that is true. So something I learned many years ago was, if you're going to bring something up to a person, only do it if you actually want deeper relationship. Like if something you need to bring up in a relationship that could be potentially sensitive, then Well, do that with the person if you want deeper relationship. If you do not want deeper relationship, then there's no point because that's inviting more intimacy. Now for us, well, we have to bring it up. Like we can't like I'm gonna wait to talk about this. Like I'm trying to think if there's ever a time for that. There can be timing, of course. If you are very tired and something, then it's not the right time for me to bring up something that I need to talk about. But we can choose a better moment.
Yeah.
And you also tell me that like now is not a good time or like.
Yeah.
What are you smiling about?
I'm trying to imagine a situation where I'm super tired and you're, hey, I need to talk to you about you have this attitude problem or whatever. That might be a little risky.
You're tired.
Now is the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is in general like to first get the connection, get the anxiety levels, because when you're angry and offended and upset, the anxiety levels are high. You need to lower that somehow. You need to do something to lower that.
Good example is like when our love tanks are full. For example, if we are picking the movie from Netflix, basically any movie is okay.
Yeah.
We find a movie in 1 second. Like, oh, let's watch this.
Yeah, we don't care. So whatever.
Yeah, like I'm really like flexible.
Otherwise, it's like Seinfeld, Friends, Seinfeld, Friends.
Yeah, I'm really I'm really flexible, and I'm like really like connecting, and like okay, I hear you. I want to see what you want to see. But if our love tanks are empty, for some reason, it's way harder to like.
Yes.
It's the time when the fights or like disagreements happen for people, I would think.
Yes, exactly. When love tanks are full, everything just flows and it's easy and it doesn't matter as much. It's like the same with ourselves, with our lives. If our love tanks are very empty, it's like everything bothers us, like that. So, the dishes that were made that bothers you a lot, or I mean me.
So
is it more than you?
Is it that very cranky people are just having a empty love tank?
Yeah, and that could be because not receiving love, but of course it starts with themselves. Like they're probably very not fun towards themselves. You know, people that are not fun around to be with others, they're not going to be fun towards themselves either. Because we can't give love if we haven't first like received it, like opened ourselves up, and God is always ready to give that. Hey, Luis Alberto from Bolivia. So cool.
That's cool.
Very cool. Welcome. I think we've had anyone from Bolivia before. At least they haven't commented in the comment section. So love when you guys do that. What were we just talking?
Yeah, about love tank.
Love tanks. Yeah. That makes sense to you guys? Like we have a tank that needs to be filled with love.
Yeah.
You know, and it needs to be filled from God. You know, first form of Jesus, and it has a lot to do with also how we talk to ourselves. Because I could either fill it or zap it. Like if we go, I'm so stupid, like stuff like that. That's gonna just like zap that, and like empty that love tank quickly.
And I think it's interesting. I don't know if you have heard the book about love languages. Like every single love, we all have different love languages.
Yeah.
And
those are really important.
Yeah.
I've heard that they're even apologizing languages. Like people like to be apologized to differently.
Really?
Yeah. I even did a test. I have it somewhere in my email.
I want to do that.
You do? Is that what were you gonna say about the love languages?
Yeah, that it's just so interesting that we all like, if you have very different love languages than the rest of your family, you might have a totally different like experience about your childhood than your siblings. Was there a lot of love in your home or not?
Oh, exactly. Exactly, because you're so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the last part here about Darren's comment says, is being in a Christian relationship different because you can pray right then and there? Yeah, like I don't really know what it's like to be in a non-Christian relationship other than from like my teenage years. So I would imagine so.
I think you can be a Christian and in a relationship and not pray together right then and there.
Yeah, good one.
I think there's many Christians who don't do that because, yeah.
But that's, of course, 5 Languages by Gary Smalley. Is that his name, Gary Smalley? Yeah. By the way, welcome, Amber. So, yeah.
I think it's
Chapman.
Gary Chapman.
Gary Chapman, because I didn't recognize that Smalley name, but yeah. It's Gary. It's one of those Garys.
Yeah, it's one of those Garys. So, but yeah, in love languages.
What do you need in conflict? If you're really upset,
gifts.
You need gifts.
No.
Yes.
No, but that's a good start.
When you're upset, what do you need?
I'm trying to think. Well, today happened something that made me super upset. I ran into a plate.
Oh yeah. So
I was cleaning the floor from, like, it was so
we're gonna
crazy.
Eat on the balcony, and
we wanted to eat on the balcony.
Spilled a little bit on the way there.
Yeah, Christian was spilling while he were going there, so he turned.
I'll take the blame. We don't know who it was, but I'll take it because
my plate was clean.
Was it clean?
I said it might have been my plate, but I checked my plate and there was no marks of spilling.
Well, I wouldn't be.
I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it was you.
Okay, well, then it was me.
And then he came back to the kitchen with his plate because it had been spilled everywhere with that pasta sauce and red pasta sauce. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
The floor. And then I said, like, you can start eating. I'll clean the floor. And I started to clean the floor and my back was
to me?
To him. So I couldn't see anything. And then I jumped up super quickly. When I was done, I started to, like, not run, but, like, really...
You were running.
I was running.
You were very quick.
Yeah, I don't like to be slow. And then started running.
Stuff gets broken when Heta shows up. No. Stuff gets broken.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I break stuff too. I'm quite clumsy, actually.
Stop.
With certain things. It was a joke.
Ha ha!
Stuff
laughing. Gets broken. That's not funny joke. That's
we're gonna have to talk about this after.
Anyway, yeah. All right. Anyway, I turned really quick so I could have gone to the kitchen, but there was somebody holding a plate behind me.
Yeah, and you flew into it.
And I ran into that plate with my face.
Bing. Right there.
So, well.
It hurt like a lot.
Yeah, I ended up crying a lot because it hurt.
Yeah.
And in that moment, like, I really love to just hear, like,
start an argument.
Well, yeah.
No, dude. Dude, only we have that power. No one else has the power to start an argument. If we start an argument, it's me. It's probably my fault, isn't it?
No. You can try that, but no.
No?
Yeah, and then it was really nice that you were actually like comforting me, like, oh, that must have hurt so bad. Oh, that's awful. I had like pasta sauce all over my shirt.
Yeah.
And
little
macaroni.
Pasta sauce heart here.
Yeah, like flesh. And there was pasta on the carpet and sauce.
Yeah. Literally an hour ago.
Yeah.
This happened.
Yeah.
So that felt good to you.
It felt good to me that you were like really, even that, like, not like telling me you shouldn't have run that fast. That's not what I want to hear when
I was thinking that. That doesn't help when someone is crying.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, on one hand, but of course I know that you didn't do that. But like, stuff happens, and you've also told me that that's how you like to be comforted. So you've said that this is what you want. So I really try and do what you want, because you just want to be. Oh, I'm so sorry. How are you? Like that's all you need. You do not need someone to kick your butt.
No, I hate when people kick my butt. Sometimes I've even heard, like, after I've told something, you know, now you need your butt kicked. And I'm like, no, that's the least thing I want or need. It just makes me really upset.
Yeah.
Like, just do it. Poof. I need more like gentle encouragement.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Me too.
Yeah.
You know, me too.
How do you like to
It's all Christian's fault, Dan says. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Well, I already admitted, so it can't hurt me.
Funny.
What were you going to say?
How would you answer the same question you asked from me? How do you like to be...
If I would run into a plate full of pasta?
No. No. What was the question originally? What we were thinking?
Well, the question was... No, this was my question.
Oh, yeah. What?
I'm interviewing you.
Oh, yeah. What did you ask from me? I
like how you like to be comforted.
Oh, yeah. How do you like to be comforted?
Me? You're very good at it. Naturally. How you like, oh, no. Like, I'm sorry. Wow. Well, there you go. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but that's how I think just...
Yeah.
Just like that. It depends on what it is, of course. There are times when I need my butt kicked. There are times. Absolutely. But not when I run into pasta plates. And I hurt myself.
Yeah, I think...
Does it hurt still?
I think in men's heart there is like that spot for that special love that they only get from... when they are small, from their mothers, and later from their wives. I don't say, like, in my opinion, maybe it wouldn't work out if I would be your mom all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes.
But, like, especially,
no,
when we need to be comforted, when something happens, it's like when this, like, men heart opens up a little bit differently, like, okay, now I really like... But I really want to be like...
But you're so good at seeing that, like, when it comes to men.
Because men don't want all the time that kind of, like... it doesn't maybe feel you, so...
How do you know this stuff? How do you know more about men than I do?
I don't know. It's obvious.
It's obvious. It's obvious. Oh, yeah, it's obvious. No, it's not. Well, to you it is. But she really has a gift for understanding, like, men.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're really good. You're just good with men. Like, with my guy friends, you're just so good. Like, loving them well and seeing them. So, okay, but tell me more about what this thing is, what guys need. Because I do, like, why... How do you know when it's too much? Like, guys want a little bit, but if it's too much, then what happens then?
Well, I guess you just shake me off. Okay, it's kind of enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the risk to go to too much. Like, there's difference when you are manly, like a soft big hug and like, oh yeah, I know. And then there is the time when like, okay, I think you need to get up now and show to that problem, whatever you're facing, that you are the man. Because if there's the risk, like some moments, it's not the answer is, or the men's heart actually comes alive when they show for the dragon who they are.
Yeah.
Like they slay the dragon instead of just crying in the corner, somebody patting their head. Because men are heroes in their own heart and head, and I think men are like naturally wired like protectors and like lovers and fighters, and they do need comfort and somebody to help to heal the battle wounds, but not just always like.
Yeah, because what you're saying, like, is Amber's saying here that if they get some pampering, they can show up stronger in all aspects of life. They can't get stuck in self-pity. That's an interesting one. Yeah. I do agree we need some pampering. I would say that the self-pity is also, it can help with that, but that's going to be our choice. If we want to stay in self-pity. But please expand on that. Maybe I didn't fully understand it. Like, why can't we get stuck in self-pity? I'd be curious to hear that. Yeah, because when you're saying like, no, you can do this. Like, I believe in you. Like you say, sometimes you decide. Like it also shows that I trust you. I believe you can do this. I believe you can make this decision or whatever it is. Because if you would always just...
Oh yeah, do you mean like if we're both super tired and we're a bit unsure what to do, or if we're maybe...
Yeah, or like there's a decision that needs to be made.
Yeah, having like in life, like, and then there comes a decision.
And if I'm like, I don't know what to choose, and you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't. Of course you can't choose that. Then you're like, no, you can do this.
Yeah, like, I trust you. You decide. I know you can. I know you always you choose well, and even if you wouldn't, like I forget those things, and I just trust you're going to make the best decision next time.
Yes, and that feels very good. You know?
Without telling you, don't choose. You chose so badly last time.
No, but you don't do that.
No, but that's not good. That what.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever said that actually. That was a bad choice. But you don't look. Excuse me, backwards.
Yeah, you said I always run because I'm kind of like fast.
She runs.
Yeah, but I also run with my mind. Like I don't really look back.
She runs forward. She runs in life. She's quick. You get over things very quickly. She's just very nice. I take a bit longer. I've gotten faster because of you. Because it's just, but you're very, very quick. It's very, you're never, like even if you're like doing, maybe upset with me, it's not far away that everything's gonna be okay. Like you're good at that.
There's interesting comment.
Yeah, they must have confidence to show up as a man. Yes, all of us must have a why.
Yeah. Then Dan is saying, most men need space. If I were to get mad, I would get through it by mowing the grass. I have...
Yeah.
That's something too. What comes to my mind...
That's fine.
Something... I think if you would, every time we have an argument, or even sometimes, you would just like... I'm done with this BS. I'm out of here. And you would go cut grass. I would be crying inside alone. Like
you hate that actually.
Like it's not sometimes that we get to comfort our husbands. Actually, it's not just for the husbands, but for creating connection and like when I get to love you and I see you are receiving it, it actually fulfills my heart as a wife and woman, and helps me to become more who I am created to be.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Lover of Jesus and like lover of my family.
Your comforter.
That's what I tried to say.
I always wanted, like, I was praying that I would get a woman who was extremely comforting, like, because I felt like I just had such a need in my heart, and God heard that, and I could not imagine anyone who's more comforting than Heta is.
Like
you're crazy comforting.
And I do get it. Then there is like getting angry. It's a little bit different feeling than being, for example, devastated, sad, being fired, or somebody close to you dies.
Yeah.
Then it's also that's especially like a moment when maybe the arms of wife are like really good place to go.
Yeah. Okay, Amber's clarifying here. I was meaning if we get stuck in self-pity, we can't function at our best and show up as who we really are. We can't let self-pity overtake our identity. Yeah, exactly. So you're talking about like that comforting can like get someone out of that because self-pity is it's really bad. Really robs us of our joy.
It does, and we tell things that we can't like if I'm thinking about self-pity, like how paralyzing it is. I just can't learn language, I'm just like so busy. I have these children, or I have this and that, and I just
never get to life I want.
No, I don't have enough money. Then, well, should you take another job for a while? No.
Yeah, well, it doesn't lead anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah. I'm not saying there like that applies to everybody, but there is oftentimes things we can do if we want to for our situations. But self-pity, yeah, that's a really, really difficult one.
Okay, Dan is saying it's perfect. Yeah. We sweat it out by ourselves, and afterwards, a refreshing shower, and the comforting.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Forbes Mark saying, loving your talk. Thank you for it. God bless. Got a jet. Well, see you, dude. Thank you so much for saying that. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you all being here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Self-pity is a hard one. I just want to go back to that.
You want to go back to self-pity? Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm so grateful for you. You are so good. Right away when I start slipping to self-pity, this dude here starts kicking my butt. He doesn't listen a word, and this is actually something good. Like if you have like a dear friend or you're married, like your spouse, like it's good to have this conversation with good friends or a spouse. Like seriously, if you spot me complaining or like going to self-pity, like point it out right away. Don't let me to do that. I haven't asked, but he does it anyway. He doesn't listen if I start like talking that
this is interesting.
A situation
we haven't talked about
I'm
this.
in is actually like because of somebody else. I might like if I'm like feeling difficult because of someone else, but actual reason is I just didn't put clear enough boundaries. You don't even listen to it. You're like, wait, I don't like how you're talking, or like you right away point, and it hurts so bad because I was the one who was like kind of.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Not
that
like
you felt like this. We've never talked about this one.
Yeah, but you do it right away. Or if my self-pity, probably number one, I don't have time. I'm trying to tell him sometimes that I don't have time to do all kind of things.
Yeah.
And he doesn't listen to a word. He's like...
I was reading a book earlier this year. Talked about this guy who was very successful business, super busy, but he never felt stressed and busy. And a lot of it had to do with how he viewed time. I believe it was, which one was it? Was it The Slight Edge? That's a really good book. It's The Slight Edge. Or it was maybe The Big Leap. Could have been that one, maybe. Anyway, he was talking about how he stopped basically speaking bad stuff over time. How he saw it. Like we stopped saying, I don't have time. Because just realizing that it's not that we don't have time, because we create time. We make time for the things we want to do. If we say I don't have time for that, it just means that I am not willing to do that. So I'm really trying to move more into
and I love
never saying that.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and I love that you point that out when I'm like doing things.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because it's like...
Oh, you like that? Cool, Darren. The Slight Edge. Man, what's the author again? You remind me. Yeah, sorry. Just got excited.
Yeah. I have to think a little bit. Sorry.
Björk said it the best. Yeah. If you complain once more, you'll meet an army of me. Which song is that? I feel like I might know that. I really like Björk's first album. It's one of my favorite albums, actually. She has some other good ones, but that's just that's a good one. So yeah, where were we?
You talking about self-pity?
Yeah. I had a pastor in the U.S. who she was very loving, very gentle, but she would just, when someone had self-pity, she would really kick their butts. And it's like, that's self-pity. That needs to go. Like because it will rob you of all your joy. Like she would just get very, and it was good. Like it was loving. Like she did that. She got very like intense. Jeff Olson. Yes. That's the one. It's really good book. I need to reread that again. It's a very good book. Gunnar, our Icelandic friend here, saying, I love listening to your talks. You seem like to be a solid couple tackling a real life. What advice would you give young couples that are starting their life together and wanting to build a foundation that doesn't fail during tough times in life? That's a good one.
Something comes to my mind.
Okay, it's from Post. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, and we're going to end on this because we have only a few minutes left. So let's end with this one.
Yeah,
if you have more questions, then you can write it down, and you can come back next week, and we'll answer them.
What was good for me, especially as a woman, what has probably built us very strong and is going to help us to become even stronger every day with every year, is that we figured out pretty soon that what were our boundaries with us and our families and friends. So we would always like that I need to understand that now I'm married with you and you are my number one person, and I need to like really discover like again that okay, right now we can't talk about, for example, certain things to our families and involve them, because then we're not very strong together if we let other people in our relationship. And I'm not saying like
we have to establish Christian and Heta first.
Yeah, and that takes some time, especially the first years. So like if, for example, like if you're really close with your mom, it's gonna be a little bit tough. Like oh, I can't tell everything to my mom anymore, and maybe I
can't tell when you're upset with me.
Yeah, I can't, like when I'm pissed at you, I can't call my mom, because it just like creates me closer with my mom than I'm even with him.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah. Well, I would say like start it, like make sure you have a lot of time together in the beginning to establish you, and build it on the rock, build it on Jesus, foundation of prayer, and that you are always talking about your vision, where you're going, you know, what you
dream together.
Dream together
your
brings a lot
dreams.
of connection.
Yeah.
Well, that brings like dreams, like it makes it a strong like us type feeling, instead of like it's me plus Heta and I want this and she wants that and da 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 da.
It's not like my life and your life and we're trying to kind of like live in the same house but do our completely different things all the time, be every different like places. And,
Now, if I'm gonna do something on my own, like I do workouts in the mornings. I get up really early at 6:30. She sleeps. I get up at 6:30 and do a workout because I want to be in good physical shape, because I want to be my best for her. So it's like everything has a meaning for our relationship's benefit. Even though, of course, it's okay to have some things that's just for you that you do here and there, but they can't become more important.
Yeah.
So I don't knit, but I'll wear those socks that you make. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Good advice, and thanks so much for the kind words, also, Gunnar. Appreciate it. Thank you for the reminder on Slight Edge. Oh, you still have it in your library. Cool. Yeah, it's a reminder for me too. Every action you do leads going upward and down or downward. Yes, it's talking about that, how small actions every day is where it's going to take you where you need to go. So very, very good book. Dan, complaining family is totally off limits, especially if your family loves to complain. My last relationship suffered from this. Okay, yeah, you know.
You know, yeah.
Gunnar's like, dream together, pray together, and put more time in planning marriage than the wedding. Well, try and tell that to your future wife, my friend. Well. But it is true that the wedding cannot be the most important thing, but it's going to be very important for the woman and not as important to you, probably. But boy, am I glad that you just planned that wedding so well. You planned a lot. I mean, we planned it together, but it was more you than me.
Yeah, I went a little crazy. It was like...
I was in charge of the honeymoon.
You were in charge of that.
That was fun. So planning that. So, yeah. That's well said, Gunnar. That was really good. All of you guys. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate all of you guys. It's so fun to see you guys showing up week after week. We really feel honored that you want to spend this time with us. And it's always fun to be with you guys. Even today when we're actually feeling super tired, we're like, oh, can we do this?
It was such fun conversations with you.
Yeah, but it's always fun. It's always fun to be with you guys. So see you guys next week. Come hungry with your questions about love, relationships, and life. See you guys.